So if you're like me, you are on the edge of your seat waiting for the Galaxy Fold Z3. Over recent years, I feel smartphones have just become stale. They're great and all, but they just feel very same if you know what I mean. So that's why folding phones have been such a revelation to me over the past few years. It's a breath of life into something that hasn't been dying, it's just not really living, it's just there surviving. But with a new phone and that price tag, it makes me wonder, should you buy the Galaxy Fold 3 or 2? Well, first you might think it looks the same. So is it the same? No, it's similar, but it's just more refined. Samsung has found the mold for the Fold, and before it gets old, Samsung wants it sold? Anyways, look, yes, it's very similar to the Fold 2, but different from nearly everything else out there on the market. Something that very few other phones can say nowadays. The Fold 3 is smaller than last year's model. Unfolded, it's half a millimeter thinner at 6.4 millimeters and a whole millimeter shorter at 158.2 millimeters. Amazing seeing it's the same screen as last year, though you're very unlikely to notice this. You might notice the metal frame and Corning Victor's glass, which makes for a sturdier phone. And Samsung claims that the interior display is 80% stronger. Add to that the water IPX8 rating handed to this phone, which means the Galaxy Z Fold 3 will survive water immersion in the way the Fold 2 will just drown or at least not have a good time. While looking at the same on the outside, Samsung has refined it. As far as the display, disappointingly, the Fold 3 has the same display as last year, with a dual 7.6 inch inside and a 6.2 inch display outside. This year, all the displays have been bumped up to 120Hz, whereas last year only the inside screens were 120. Not bad, but I just would have preferred a bigger screen? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Now the Galaxy Z Fold 3 also gains the S Pen support for the first time in the range, but there is a caveat here, in that it's only a special Fold specific S Pen that is usable, and which you'll have to buy separately, and Samsung couldn't find a way to house it within the Galaxy Z Fold 3's body. Still, with the Galaxy Note line disappearing, the Fold seems the perfect and natural partner to the stylus. Now, the camera, I'm sorry to say, looks almost identical to last year. 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide and 12 megapixel telephoto. But what they have improved on is the selfie camera on the main display. This year Samsung went for the in-display camera, which in turn does away with those massive bezels from last year. Now it isn't a bigger screen, but looking at it your eyes are tricked into thinking that it is. Now the camera isn't completely invisible and you can notice the difference in the pixels around the punch out, but it's off to the side and most media won't go over that section for it to draw your eyes to it. So overall it's a great placement for it. As far as the actual camera, well, hiding it had an impact as it drops it down from a 10 megapixel to only a 4. Now the wonderful thing about the Fold is you can use that main camera as a selfie cam because of the screen on the front, so it's not all bad news. The Galaxy Fold 3 is packed with a Snapdragon 888 chipset, the successor to the Fold 2's 865. Now they both come with 12GB of RAM and a standard 25GB storage, although there is a 512 option for the Fold 3, which is more widely available than the Fold 2s. There is again no camera slot or micro camera slot. Again, there is no micro SD slot or headphone jack on this year's Fold 3. Same charge as before, 25-watt wired charging. There's wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, but strangely, Samsung have lowered the battery capacity from 4500 to 4400 on this year's model. Now the hope is a more efficient processor will lead to a better battery life, but it's a bold move from Samsung. Now sure, they have lowered the weight. It's 271 grams this year compared to last year's 282, but it's still heavy compared to most other phones. Now one place where the Fold 3 really excels is the price. The Fold 3 is cheaper this year than last year on release, coming in at just under $1,800, £1,600, compared to last year's $1,900 and £1,600. So yeah, not cheaper for us over here on this side of the pond. And all you do is add an extra 100 for the 512GB model, which isn't bad considering it doesn't come with an SD card. Of course the Fold 2 is nearly a year old, but Samsung is still selling it over here in the UK for $1,600. That'd be silly. Of course, the Fold 2 is nearly a year old, but Samsung is still selling it for nearly £1,600 over here in the UK. The same price as the Fold 3 is expected to be at launch. Who does Samsung think they are? Apple? Now the price of the Fold 2 will drop when the Fold 3 is released, or Samsung will just stop selling it. Either way, the price will drop on Amazon and eBay when it's released for sure. Now if you do want the Fold 3, you can pre-order it now for its release on August the 27th. Now I'd say if you're on the fence whether to get the Fold 2 or 3, then wait and get the Fold 3. While both are similar, Fold 3 is just better in key areas, and it's like I said at the start, it's just more refined. And if you're thinking about whether or not you should upgrade from a Fold 2 to a Fold 3, then have a look around. There are some great trade-in offers right now, and you'll certainly feel the difference going from the Fold 2 to the Fold 3. Until next time, have a great day. Goodbye. Got that out.